What's up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports 2 Cents Deposit, place where we talk about sports, or we talk about issues that's in the sports world. I got people on my panel. First off, I want to thank my guest on this panel. Last minute decision to do this show. We have technical difficulties. It took about 20, 30 minutes to get it together, but we got it together, and I appreciate them coming on the show. First off, I got Dave Ranteezy from Wake Up This Football. What's up, bro?
What's going on, Glass? Thanks for having me on, man.
All right. Next up, I got my partner from TeamBoydTv Live, the mastermind of the show, TeamBoydTV. I got Bigg Q. What's up, Bigg Q?
I'm chilling, coming off my Fresh Panthers win.
Hey, bro, this ain't the Black and Blue podcast.
So
all right. Just to let all your viewers know, I got the question and answer box on the side of my screen, so if you got any questions that you need us to answer, go ahead and hit us. The link is on our Twitter. I sent it out, but let's go ahead and get started with the show. Of course, now, if you have just been hiding under the rock, if you know anything about sports, you know what jumped off today with the Ray Rice situation. Early this morning. I was at work. I started work at 4, and like an hour later, it popped up from TMZ. The video of what happened inside the elevator between Ray Rice and his former fiance, now wife. The one hit it and quit it he threw at her, where she bumped her head and knocked herself unconscious. Well, he knocked her unconscious, and everything know what happened after that. So now that the video's out, TMZ put it out there. First thing that jumped off, the Baltimore Ravens, where he was the starting running back over there. They let him go. They released him. And maybe an hour and a half later, the NFL put him on a indefinite suspension, abiding to the new rule they put in place, about a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me just find out what y'all think about what transpired this morning. I'll come to you, Dave. You got a smile on your face. Look like you ready.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with this whole situation. It's really funny because the NFL went through this a couple of months ago. They kind of went over the issue with Ray Rice. They suspended him for 2 games now. This 2-game suspension that they gave him, it received a lot of criticism. A lot of people felt as if he should have been suspended for a lot longer. Some even felt that he should have been suspended for the entire season. Now, we all know what happened. We all know. We all saw him dragging his fiancée at the time out of the elevator, and we all knew that he had struck her. We'd not seen it until today.
Right.
No one had seen it until today. Some people feel as if the NFL had already known what happened and they already saw this video. But why does it change is my question. Why does it all of a sudden change the Ravens' perspective and the NFL's perspective on Ray Rice when he was already handed some sort of consequence for his action? Because now all of a sudden we saw Ray Rice actually strike his girlfriend in the elevator. I'm not condoning his action. I'm just asking, why does this all of a sudden change his former the consequence he received to something even more drastic? Because it's not like it's not like he went into an elevator and played hopscotch with his fiance. They didn't play jump rope. Obviously, he struck her. We all know that. But now all of a sudden, because we see it, it changes our perception, and he receives a harsher consequence.
Okay. Now, do you want me to tackle that, or Bigg Q?
I just want to jump in real quick because, the first to address what he just said. This is the reason, and this is just my personal observation. The reason why things changed is because, according to Adam Schefter, Ray Rice and his wife went and had a meeting, a conference with the commissioner to give their story, give their recount, the whole idea, gave him the blow by blow of everything that happened, and during this whole entire situation. This tape comes out, and apparently it's different than what Ray and Janae said. So that's why everything changed, and that's the way I see it. Now, I also want to say there's like 3 or 4 layers to the story, right? You got the Ray Rice situation with him and punching the chick. Then you also got the commissioner and the NFL's handling of this whole situation. Then you got the media spin on it. and then you got this TMZ paparazzi type thing going on. So I don't know, man. It's a mess right now, and I'm just saying, you know.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just put my little 2 cents in on the question that Dave just asked. And before we got on air, me and Dave was talking about it. I was telling him about my wife. She, you know, I'm 6'6", 240. My wife is about 5'8", 5'9", $125. But like I was telling him, my wife been training MMA. She don't officially fight MMA. She trains MMA just to stay in shape, get stress out, and self-defense. So I was telling him, I would start to tell him she'll come home, use me as the test dummy to show my daughters, or our daughters rather, new moves she learned up at school. And let me tell y'all this. She got a 3-piece combo that she could give you.
Yeah.
She give you the chicken, she give you the fries, she give you the shake. You don't want the shake. You don't want the shake, man. So what I was thinking, like I said, before I see the video today, I'm thinking, okay, maybe, and before we go on, we all seen Jay-Z and Solange in the elevator, how she was giving it to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, she don't know MMA training. I'm putting you like this. I was telling him, I don't hit women. I don't condone hitting women. Never hit a woman in my life. But after I've seen and know what I know about my wife, and you know the women are emotional creatures, I don't know if I can ever do anything that wrong.
Right.
If she gets to that berserk mode and we in an enclosed space in an elevator,
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to knock her out before she get to that shake. Just want to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I can probably take the chicken. I'm gonna be hurt with the fries, but I do not want that shake. So you know that's what I was trying to think about Ray Rice. But after you see, you know, you hear everything, but once you see it, he might have told the commissioner, he might have told the Baltimore brass, you know what, we had a little scuffle up in the elevator. She slapped me, I slapped her, and I slapped her so hard she fell. Not then after you seen that he straight cocked her with the left hand.
Yeah.
Dude, that changed everything right there. So I don't know if I answered your question, Dave, but that's how I see it. Once you see it, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because some people also say that the NFL had already had their hands on this video. They already seen what happened for whatever reason, and they still came down on Ray Rice with a 2-game suspension.
Right.
Now, if that's true,
well,
yeah, that's NFL. NFL is wrong on all aspects of the situation.
Well, according to the things that I saw, and this is what the NFL said. The NFL said they saw the tape for the first time this morning. I don't believe it.
I don't either.
How can you have one part of the tape and not have the other part of the tape? But that's what they said. They said they only had the first part. They was going based on what Ray and Janae said only until they got their hands on this tape this morning. And then things changed. You know, that's just from what I say. You know?
Right. You know, like I said, I agree with you. I can't believe that the number one, not just the Baltimore Ravens, but the NFL in general, because they are a powerful conglomerate. You didn't have the power to get this tape. I can't understand how TMZ has the tape.
Yeah. And
TMZ don't have half the power that the NFL has in the whole. So
I don't know, Glass. Them TMZ people, like, we sit here and we laugh about them. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw this out there because I was thinking about this today. We laugh about what the stuff they put out. You know, Jay-Z, Solange in the elevator. It's funny, ha ha ha. You know, but these dudes control how the media perceives people. They got the power to do that. You know, so maybe they were playing a little chess with this whole situation. I don't know, trying to squeeze as much money out of the NFL as they possibly could. But it don't discount anything that Ray Rice done. You know, but I wanna explore the NFL's handling of the situation. You know, like that's what I want you to go with.
Don't forget that the people who have their hands on this tape end up going to a bidding war between TMZ and CBS and NBC and whoever, all these other media outlets. And TMZ won this bidding war for this tape, and now they get the exposure and the publicity. Real quick, in the comment box, you got Justin Merkwa. He says, so I'm assuming the video showing Ray Rice in the elevator is his second offense, and he's at least gone for a year. Now that's not how it works, because this was his first offense. It's just It's the actual video of him striking his fiance, now his wife. So it should be 6 games according to this new policy.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was a second offense, he'd be gone for life.
Good point. Good point. But do you think, you know what? Okay, now since we're talking about it, this kind of goes towards you, Bigg Q, because you got a guy on your team, Greg Hardy, that's in some hot water. So what you think should happen to him with this situation?
You know what? This is the thing. The situations are different, but they're kind of centered around the same thing. I do believe there's no tape on Greg, right? So there's no tape on Greg Hardy, so that's going to save him a little bit. All he got is, it's a crazy chick's testimony. That's all he got, right? But the testimony is they've been to court, is written. They got documentation on this stuff, right? He could be facing some stuff like this too. Now, banning him from the NFL, I don't see that happening. Just by this being his first official offense. I mean, and we don't have to worry about his Panther fans because it wouldn't happen until later. But at the same time, you can't ban this man, from the NFL for a year or indefinitely and not address, the dude from San Francisco and address the dude from Carolina. You can't do that. And so this is open up a whole can of worms. It's like this thing is out of control, man. It really is.
Well, okay. Let me ask y'all: do you guys think that they did the right thing by it? Well, I don't know, Dave. You just brought up a good point. This is first offense, so he should get 6 games. So you think they're going to drop him down from indefinite suspension 6 games, even though we seen what he did in the elevator?
Technically, I might sound like the bad guy here, but technically it should still be 2.
Technically, he's right though, man.
No, seriously. Technically, it still should be 2, regardless of the video that came out today. Because, like I was saying earlier, we all knew what happened. But this was just a video showing us what happened.
Absolutely.
Right.
The new rules on this domestic violence case came out after the Ray Rice suspension.
Right.
There is nothing that needed to be changed with this.
Well, they're completely disregarding the new rules anyway because they're ignoring everything that came out in that new policy. They're going on some other stuff right now. I do believe you're absolutely right. It should still be 2 games because the ruling had already been made. They had already doled out the sentence on this guy. He was ready to come back to work on Friday. You know what I mean?
Right.
The thing is, he thought he got away with it, and I do believe that this was a knee-jerk reaction after seeing the footage. People were like, "Oh my God!" He just knocked her out, and her head hit that railing, and then they show him dragging her out from the other side, and it just looked really, really bad.
What do you think? It's not like they were playing tic-tac-toe. we all know what they were doing. We all know what happened. Just because you see that, I don't know. Again, none of us are condoning his actions. Right. None of us have ever done that. I believe. I would hope we haven't.
Nope.
I know I haven't.
Right.
But I'm just saying, when it comes down to the law of the land, especially in this country, once it's set in stone, especially like if you go to court, once a ruling has been made, a ruling has been made.
Absolutely.
Right.
The NFL and the Ravens have not abided by that. So,
gotcha.
So I got a question for you, Glass.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where is Maurice? What's his name? Maurice. Where's the NFLPA? With some stuff jumping off like this. What's his last name?
Is it Maurice Smith? Is it?
Yes, Maurice Smith. Yeah, usually when something like this right here jump off, he comes riding in on his on his white horse, wanting to save the day. He is like so clear of the situation. Like I haven't seen a tweet, a post, a report. I haven't seen a quote from this guy. Where is he at?
Hey man, this thing is so big right now. He probably, just like I told you on your show with Roger Goodell, so much stuff is jumping off. He got to take a step back and reevaluate everything. I think just the same thing with Smith. I think he got to take a step back. Do he really want to put his foot up on this? That's his job.
Look,
I know.
It's his job. It's his job. He has to.
Just to agree with you guys. And, I was watching. I wasn't watching. I was listening to First Take on the way home, and I heard them talking about they need to, what's it called, retroactive activate this situation with Ray Rice, and evidently they did. They jumped up, just like you guys say, from 2 game to indefinite suspension. Just like I said, there's 3 stages to this. The 2-game suspension that he was already on, the 6-game suspension that the law has been laid down, and indefinite suspension.
Right.
How you jump from 2 to indefinite suspension? To me, you got to go to each stage. This is first offense. Now, I know he spit at her. I know he hit it twice, but that's all considered one offense.
One offense.
So he should have a 6-game suspension.
Yes. Yes, he should. Now, listen, I think what he did was the most heinous thing that a man can do to a woman. Well, not really, because there's some other things a man can do to a woman. But this was pretty bad, and it was on tape. And I'm not saying that anything is right about that at all. And, you know, they got married after it was up. Clearly, they passed this. Clearly, they had moved on in their life, and Ray and Janae thought they had got away with this, and everything was going to be great. Now, here's the problem that I got, though, with the NFL. Is Roger Goodell backpedaling right now? Is he kind of like, oh, my God, I got to do something? Is he trying to save himself by doing all the stuff that he's doing right now? Because think about it, right? How are you going to do it, right before the season starts? Oh, here's a new policy. Let's out of the blue. Don't this stuff get handled in league meetings in like March or whatever, whenever they have them? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You don't see this. This is like odd. I think he's trying to save his job, man.
Man, you know, Roger Goodell is under so much stuff this season. He got to deal with players. Like I told you on your show, you're smoking weed. You got owners doing drug sales, allegedly doing drug sales and all this stuff. I just think Roger Goodell's at the I don't give a damn moment, and he's just gonna do what he's gonna do and just deal with the situation afterwards.
If it comes out that they had the video of this the whole time, that something drastic might happen. Goodell might have to step down.
Absolutely. And listen, how come Greg Hardy got a repeal? How come Josh Gordon got a repeal? How come Wes Welker got a repeal? Is there no repeal
and that's a funny thing because they want to start. You know, there's this 32 member a player board or whatever. They're going to be voting on something for these marijuana tests or whatever. And if it happens, then the suspensions for Josh Gordon and Wes Welker might get reduced or might be eliminated completely.
Right.
So I mean, we're going backwards on these guys. And we're going forward on Ray Rice.
Like super fast forward on Ray Rice.
You know, it doesn't make any sense. So, these are decisions they're making. These guys are millionaires and billionaires making these decisions, and none of them really make any sense right now. So.
And what about this, Glass? So, the tape comes out. Everybody's shocked. Everybody is like so disgusted. The Ravens cut the man before any kind of ruling came down from the NFL.
Before even a press conference.
What is going on?
You know what? That's a scoring team. Cause let's not forget not even the Mike Vick situation.
Oh, yeah.
The owner came to Mike Vick, asked Mike Vick in his face, "Did you really do what they said that you did?" And he said no. Mm-hmm. You found out that he lied. What's his name? The owner for the Atlanta Falcons. Anyway. The owner felt a certain kind of way, felt scorned, did what he did. That's what I think the Baltimore Ravens did. They probably came to Ray Rice, and they probably did not see the tape. They go by the words that his wife said and words that Ray said when they had the meeting. Like, you know what? Like I told you, I slapped her around. She accidentally hit her head and knocked herself out. Cool. They backed him up. Like I said, had a little meeting at the training facility. Oh, I'm sorry, had the had the team, had it there, and everybody was backing them. The teammates was behind them, and then the video come out. They felt like they got lied to. They felt a certain kind of way. They got scorned. They tore up the contract. He ain't on team anymore. So that's what I think would happen. They felt like they got lied to. They got scorned, and they did what they think they had to do.
Just like what Dave said earlier, like how do you gonna go back on what you had? Look. We already knew for months that, some kind of way his girlfriend was unconscious in that elevator. We don't know exactly what happened, but there's only a couple different things that could have happened to allow her to be unconscious in the elevator, right? Mm-hmm. So we knew that. He talked to the people about it, like, hey, this is what happened. They're like, okay, cool, yeah, just, we'll see you in a couple games. And then now they're like, oh, no, we want no part of that.
I don't want to make light of the situation, but
go ahead, Dave.
But if he came down on her like Antonio Brown did on that Browns punter yesterday, then then maybe I'll be like, all right, okay. But we all We all know what happened. He gave her a right hook, a left hook, and that was it.
Right. Crazy,
So,
man. It's just so many layers to this thing, man. And, I think that the Ravens, they try to pull a little, the old, like, New England Patriots last year with Aaron Hernandez. When that's a lot more serious. But still, they cut ties with him pretty quickly. Tape comes out an hour later. They call Ray up like, yo, dude, you fired. And he was off today. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. Tape came out. I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's crazy. I don't get it.
In the comment box, Nick Ray says, how do you defend his actions? You don't. The NFL would destroy the NFLPA's defense. That comes from Nick Ray.
This is if I was Maurice Smith, this is the case that I would build. I wouldn't be denying what the tape said. I wouldn't be trying to spin it any kind of way. I would attack the fact that Roger Goodell and the NFL mishandled the whole entire thing, and that's the way I would approach it. I'm just okay. Well, you sentenced my man 2 games based on the information that you had. Now there's new information, and you want to change your mind based on what? Can you legally do that? That's what we need to find out. Can they actually get away with that?
Well, if the NFLPA do their due diligence and do their job, I'll be happy they can get them back with 6 games. But if you could put them on 6-game suspension, you still got to find a team. You can't force the Baltimore Ravens to bring them back.
That should lead into the other question, because I had for you guys, and Nick Ray kind of brings it up again with another one. He says, the bad publicity that the Ravens would garner for keeping Rice would cost so much more than his contract. The NFL would lose all respect from women viewers too. So my question for you is, if Ray Rice goes on this indefinite suspension that the NFL is giving him, and they end up reinstating him, does he land on a team in the NFL? Probably not the Ravens.
No.
And how would that team look in your eyes if they did decide to sign it?
Oh, I definitely think if he got reinstated, he wouldn't be a free agent for very long. The team that decides to take him on, though, would have to give him the full Michael Vick treatment. He would have to, make appearances and do talks and do classes, and he would have to do all of that stuff. He would have to, show that he's like a changed man and all that kind of stuff. But, man, he's Ray Rice. He's a Super Bowl winning running back. The dude, he still got gas in the tank. His production was a little rough last year. It was a little rough last year.
Okay.
It's still Ray Rice stuff. Come on now. It's Ray Rice.
I don't know, man. You got to weigh the options. If he was like a Adrian Peterson, Jamal Charles, yeah, you would take a chance.
Right.
But
he's a second-tier guy, though. He is a second-tier guy.
But I hear you. But pertaining to the video, is he worth that trouble?
See,
he's about like what, 26?
25, 26.
He's 26.
You would think that after this man went through what he went through, what he's going through right now, you think he would cause him trouble on a new team? Do you really believe that? I mean,
it's going to have to be a team that got some straight, big cojones, man. Because you know what kind of drama you would get if you sign Ray Rice. Just like Dave said, the women's right activists would be all on the front door. You thought Petty was bad. Went to a team pick him up.
Right.
I don't know if a team wants. You got the Michael Sam situation. You got the Michael Vick situation.
I mean, as long as people realize that this is a business.
Yeah.
As long as they realize that it's a business first,
See, I don't know. Now I'm kind of changing because you said the key words to me. Because I understand how the NFL right now they value women so much as part of their audience.
Right.
I think they might sit this one out. I got a feeling that they probably
right, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we're coming up with, if I'm mistaken, if not this, what month we in? We're in September. It's October, breast cancer awareness month.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to deal with that around that time, man.
I mean, here's the thing. If they suspend him indefinitely, I'm thinking they're going to suspend him for this entire season, and I think they might reinstate him next year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That sounds about right.
I give it.
I get that. Wasn't that listen?
Let everything kind of cool down a little bit.
Yeah. But I don't know how, because like I'm telling you, as soon as the season is over, they're going to start investigating and exploring this Greg Hardy situation because this trial will be coming up in June or July, something like that. And I'm telling you, we're going to be doing this all over again, so Ray ain't get a chance to breathe. Even if he does get reinstated around that time, the whole thing will be cooking up again with Greg Hardy, you know, and that kind of thing. And I already know that Greg Hardy is probably not going to be a Carolina Panther next year. I'm 99% sure that they're going to cut ties with this guy. You know, so, you know.
All right. You know, and like I said, I'll play devil's advocate. I'll be the guy. I was, you know, like I said, we all say we don't condone what he did. But I believe in second chances, and I think that women take advantage of the domestic violence situation. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Whoever don't like it, FOH. Some women, not all women. Let me just make it clear. There's some women out there who try to take advantage of that situation. No, you know, just like we said, you come at the man knowing that he's not supposed to touch you, and maybe he pushes you off. You knock your head up against something. Now you're gonna you got a bruise on your head somewhere, and now you're gonna go to the police and file charges just to get the upper hand. That's what I thought the situation maybe was about until we seen the video. You know what I'm saying? So
I did a podcast about that very subject, man. These football players or anybody who's a public figure, you gotta understand you're a public figure. I don't care how crazy she get. She can be clawing your eyeballs out, stabbing like a pin through your ears. You don't have to just like get out of the car. I'm just saying. I'm thinking about it, right? He punched old girl. Look at him now. He ain't even got a job, man. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if he was smart, he's probably still got money in the bank, though.
He was smart.
You know what? Some tell me, and like I said, I'll play devil's advocate. Some tell me he was drunk.
Maybe they were. Hey, that's a good question. That's a good point because maybe they were both drunk. We don't know. And that's the other thing. That leads me to this point. It's none of our business.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
See, I mean, this is a woman, a man, and a woman dealing with their relationship together, and it just so happens he put his hands on her. Now, how many times does this happen throughout the day, throughout the entire world? Probably a decent amount.
Millions.
But the reason why this specific couple is out there for the world to see is because this guy is famous. That's it.
Public figure, and they caught him on tape. You know?
That's it. Because this happens every day, and obviously there are those, you know, activists out there that say, hey, you know, we need to take advantage of this specific incident that we can, you know, grow awareness and whatever. But, you know, the point is there's going to be guys who will never lay their hands on a woman, and there are going to be guys who will lay their hands on a woman, and it just so happens is you, as a woman, can choose who you want and who you don't want to be with.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, you know,
and you know, into the NFL players, this is the attitude the vibe I'm getting from them. They think since because they're NFL players, they can do what they want to do. They can smoke as much dope, you know, steal as many cars, slap as many chicks as they want to, have as many guns. Look, they can't, and somebody need to let them know they can't. But Glass, you remember on TeamBoydTv Live last week we had 49 cents on the show. Remember this? And he brought up an interesting point that I've been thinking about all day. If Ray Rice was working at, I don't know, Target or whatever, and this tape came out, could his job still kick him out? Could they fire him behind that? I mean, it's happening off premises, off work, you know, and tape. You know, they happen to see a tape about it. Can you still get fired from your job?
That's true. That's true. No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
I bet you it's written in the contract somewhere. There's got to be contractual language.
Well, yeah, you know, player conduct policy is probably in there somewhere.
Yeah, moral clause or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go, I'm gonna ask y'all this one little statement. Now I'm sure both of you guys seen the tape, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, do you think it hurt him that the fact that after he hit her, gave her the one hit it and quit it, he didn't show like no remorse?
Oh my God! I'm gonna tell you.
He dragged him out the elevator. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Me and Vernon was talking about this today.
Did that even hurt him more?
It did, because you know he drug her out and he kind of kicked her a little bit. He was like, it made it look like
he gave the kick like, get your ass up.
Yeah, like we do this every day, you know. And then he walked over there. He walked over in the background, right? Get on the phone, call his agent or his homeboys or whatever, like, yo, old girl acting like she all knocked out in front of these people, you know. And then you got a little elevator dude checking the whole thing, got freaking out like, oh my God, this is Ray Rice. He's about to do. What am I gonna do? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. He's scared Ray gonna do something to him. But wow. It was crazy.
Like I said, that wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm thinking maybe he was drunk and he just didn't know what was going on. And he just looked like I said, he just kicked her around like, get your ass up. Noticed that she was getting up, so he's trying to help her up out the elevator. I just think not. And like I said, people, please don't bother me. I'm not condoning this. I'm just saying he just was drunk. He couldn't pick her up because he was intoxicated. He pulled her out the elevator, didn't know what to do. And I think when she came to, like 2 minutes later, that's when she knew she had some help around there with all the people that was around, and
she was flexing a little bit. She was flexing a little bit, dude. Sitting in that elevator door, you saw her. Yeah, she was flexing a little bit. She was. So I don't know, man. So that's y'all got anything else you want to put into this 2 cents? Y'all got 2 cents in your pocket? My 2 cents is this, man. I think Ray. I always like the dude, but what? He dug this hole for himself. I can't feel sorry for him. I can't. I do believe that the NFL are going a little overboard with this, but I can't feel that for him.
All right, question going out. Ray Rice come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ray Rice, should they drop it down to 2 games or 6 games?
Yeah, they're not dropping anything down at this point.
They can't go back no more, man. If they back another time with this thing, they're gonna discredit the whole entire NFL. And I'm telling you, they are not gonna do that.
I'm saying next season he'll be back.
Next season.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have to agree with y'all. I think they should knock it down 6 games. Nah, hell, after what they seen on the video, I agree with y'all. There's no way they're gonna bring it back to 6 games. We just see him next year on another team with another colors.
Right.
So. All right, y'all. We're about to close shop here. This is Get With It Sports 2 cent deposit. First off, I want to humbly thank my guests for being patient and willing to get on this show. Dave Rantisi from Wake Up Is Football. Tell everybody how to get to you.
You can check me out on Facebook, at Twitter. Everything is down below right here. And also, obviously, on YouTube at Wake Up It's Football. You can find all my videos there.
All right, cool. Bigg Q, how can we find you, bro?
Just like him, it's in the tag, man. Hit me up on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. Check me out on TeamBoydTV Turbo. 4 live shows, one of them featuring our host this evening, Mr. Class, on TeamBoydTV Live. That's every Wednesday night, man, 8 o'clock. That's how we do it.
I hear you. All right. I'm Glass from Get With It Sports. Place where you get your sports with us. Swag. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, at Get With It Sports. Check out the blog page on getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Even check me out. I'm an NBA contributor for sportsunbiased.com. So check out my writings over there. I have a little skill. So anyway, whatever. That's it for us here. Thanks for watching. And as always, be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.